to build advocates and brand ambassadors. And we'll be doing this by spreading a message of brand awareness and the benefits of climbing. Because this campaign has a restricted budget, we'll be using social media, outdoor advertising, a website redesign, and media content to build a relationship with the community, and then redefine the brand image before the Sandmark voting begins.
Okay, so here's our situation analysis. We understand that Central Texas mountaineers want to improve their access to more new climbing locations across Texas. So to gain support for their cause, we believe it's relevant that the organization disperse the assumption that climbing is both a niche sport and reposition the activity as one that would increase, one that has a positive impact on the health of the climbers and also on the communities they live in. So initially the assumption that the high injury risk and environmental damage were the main deterrents to the organization's goals. But after primary and secondary research we conducted, we established that the lack of understanding for the benefit of climbing is the main deterrent to CTM. So to help people become more familiar with the benefit of climbing, we decided it's important to rebrand the organization as one that promotes health and also community activism. So to do that, we are going to use traditional social media to highlight CTM's activities, to show how they are keeping Texans active, maintaining the parks, and also offer people opportunity to explore new lands. We want to show people that when we support CTM causes, it also offers them the opportunity to get improve their access to the parks. So in our primary research, after speaking in this stroll, we thought that the negative perception of climbing, such as the environmental damage and the risk, are the main obstacles. So to better assess the public's attitude toward climbing, we decided to give 2 surveys that would measure, one, their perception of the environmental damage, the injury rates, and also the social dynamic of climbers. One of the surveys were given to the general public, and it was distributed via social media and separated under our climbing. The second survey was delivered in person to CTM members at a recent climbing event, and it also measures their attitude toward the same subjects. In addition, we also conducted one-on-one interviews with climbers to assess their experience with climbing. So our primary research indicates through the public survey that only 20% of the respondents declared that climbing as dangerous, and 4% said that climbing is likely to have a negative impact. So that just really shows that the original assumptions of why the campaigns were having some troubles were not necessarily true. And as for the perception of the social dynamic climbers, most agree that they climb with family and friends, and also through groups and associations. And I believe this fact really illustrates that climbing as a social sport, and the members are a very diverse group. We decided that just feature this in the insights we taken from our interviews, because we think it describes how the climbers live themselves. For the most part, we are naturally conscious social people who enjoy life and health. We are hippies, we're adventurous, we want to push our bodies mentally and physically, and to see what there is to be seen and share with others. And we believe this quote just describes the climbers' attitude to preserving the outdoors and sharing their passion for the sport with others. And as for the climbers' own attitude toward the sport, we asked them to rate their climbing experience with the following words. Most would say it's fun, safe, exhilarating, and environmentally friendly with a little bit of danger risk. And most decline really rate high on the negative aspects, such as crazy, troublesome, and scary. And as for their own perception of social aspect of climbing, people is central to sport, and social interaction is determined to be one of the main reasons why people pursue climbing. We also wanted to understand how people petition to get access to land. Most of the common tactics was to get signatures, just to contact officials and write to them, but 66% of the members who took the survey indicated they're not really familiar with the tactic used. So it just shows us a disconnect between members' understanding of core value, which could have an impact on how they promote CTM as a brand when they're talking to officials.
So to further flesh out our primary research, we just wanted to gain some insight and facts to further back that up. So what we did is we looked into the health benefits of climbing. We discovered that there are all these insane health benefits, right? Like it increases your muscle endurance, it increases your endorphin rate, which makes happy people. And then we also discovered that a big participant pool of rock climbing are millennials, those young males. And we discovered that millennials are active, they're social, they're on social media channels, and that because of their status in life, they tend to become really involved with an organization, and they devote more time and advocacy messaging than just donating money and then moving on with their everyday lives.
So based on this research, we believe that the Central Texas Mountaineers needs to promote to the public and get them to push for the cause and petition for the cause. And to do this, we should promote the brand and create brand awareness while also saying, hey, this is a healthy thing to do, it's a great activity, and it's great for society holistically. And by doing that, the public will realize that like, gaining new land is not only good for the Mountaineers, but good for them as well.
So, as Sarah said, our target is going to be the millennial males. We're going to target the older millennial males, 25 to 35. We found that these people were very active. They're very, very social. They like to hang out with groups of friends, small members of the family, just as we said many climbers do. They enjoy volunteering. According to Mintel, approximately 50% of older millennial males are interested in more volunteering events. They want to volunteer, they want to use their time to help the environment and help the community. They're also exceptionally interested in exercising. Approximately 75% of older millennial males are interested in exercising in their leisure time. These people are very community oriented. They wish they were more involved in their community. They wish there were more community events in their areas. And as we said earlier, they give their time as opposed to their money. So these are foot soldiers. These are people that are going to go out, they're going to actually petition, they're going to actually climb, they're going to gain more people to help our cause, as opposed to just sending us money and letting us do the work.
So we assessed the situation and we decided where are we going to start with helping people out. Well, we went to the CTM website, and they have a website and they're utilizing it, but millennials expect a really clean looking layout. They expect to find the assets that they're looking for really easily. They don't spend much time. Their attention span is very low. And so what we wanted to do is kind of just streamline the website and give it a fresh look and make it easy for people that are being driven back to the website to find the assets that are there. The calendar of events, the how to learn how to bowl. And we also wanted to highlight the fact that CTM is in the community and we're doing great work. And so we want to highlight the pictures not only on Facebook but also on the website, and then provide links for our social channels as well as our YouTube channel. Because millennials, the one thing that they tend to veer away from is text-heavy layouts. They want things that are aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and they want to not spend much time looking for what they need. So after our website redesign, we want to drive people back to this great asset that houses all of our information in one place. And how are we going to do that? Social media. As you can see by the stats, millennials dominate Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook with 45, 37, and 42%. And so our strategy with social media is to really create this engagement and start fostering relationships with climbers and potential climbers and people who are interested. And once we develop and foster that relationship and get them interested in CTM, and we become friends with them and we're a part of their lives and they're our community, eventually they'll become our brand ambassadors and our advocates. Because what we're trying to do is create a connection between the cause, the person, and the influencer. And so once people become invested, they'll want to share our advocacy message through their own social media channels and really influence those around them. So reach can go from 1 to 100 to 200. The more people you become involved with and the more people you get invested, the higher rate of reach you have for your message. So specifically, we're going to start out with Twitter. Twitter dominates males with 45%. And what we want to do is start building our community, right? Because we're going from a base of 0 on Twitter. What we're wanting to do is start connecting with individual climbers on a personal level. That way so they have a relevant connection with CTM. We're not just someone that's spamming their Twitter feed, right? Like, they're invested in us and we're invested with them. They're part of our community. And so what we're going to do is, as you can see by our examples, just start a conversation, get them invested in interacting. And so once they become invested in our community and they're a part of what we do and how we feel and what we're trying to spread, eventually they'll help us spread our advocacy message, right? Because all this goes back to CTM gaining bigger land access and more land access for climbers and ourselves. And so what we'll do is in those social messages where we're just creating a conversation, we'll start to sprinkle in our advocacy message. It's still going to be image-based and the tone is still going to be social and fun. But what we're trying to do is spread our message to where people will feel the need to further our cause because they're invested. So they're going to share through their social media channels. And that's where we come back to the reach, right? Like somebody can have 1,000 friends or 1,000 followers and our message will slowly spread. And the more people you have become invested, the more likely people are going to notice you. It just helps your overall clout as an organization. People start to recognize you as legitimate and recognizable, and they know what you're about. So next up is going to be Facebook. Facebook dominates now at 45% as well, so we know they're there. Looking at CTM's Facebook strategy, they are there and they do have a presence, but what we want to do is streamline that communication. If you take a look at our examples, to the right, this screenshot shows what CTM's current Facebook wall looks like. And as we stated before, millennials are very aesthetically appealing to the eye type of people. They don't want large blocks of text. They want engaging images. They want links that drive them back to assets that they want. They want videos. And so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of tweak the communication strategy to focus on internal and external instead of dumping internal and external all on one page. So what we're going to do is on our wall, we're going to focus on external communication and really focus on the brand of CTM. We're going to focus on our community outreach, what we do, our advocacy message, how people can go back to our assets and help us petition for our cause. And so what that's going to do is that's going to, one, engage with people who are already interested, and two, not scare away the people who are potentially interested. Because with all of this internal communication, if I'm not part of CTM, I have no idea that a horned owl is going to be on the wall potentially attacking me. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested as a potential follower to look at CTN as a brand. And so the wall is going to be our external communication. And then to keep the internal communication, because it is important to update people who are already invested, we're going to create a Facebook group. That way so we can streamline our communication. And so we're going to put all the updates in the group. That's so people who opt in receive all of that information.
So we'd also like to implement a bit of a paid strategy in Facebook. Facebook implements really simple, really cheap, really cost-effective Facebook ads. They pop up on the right-hand side. They're not intrusive. They're just kind of there on Facebook. They're really simple. They give very basic information. They can direct you exactly to the website, which we wanted to focus attention to because that's where we have all the main information for CTM. So there's two kinds of ads you can do. You can either do cost per click or cost per impression. Like I said, these are really effective because you can actually set budgets for these. So you can set a max, so you can spend approximately $1, $2, $10 a day, and then every time they click and go back to your website, it'll cost between 5 cents and 50 cents. So if you set your max at $1, you'll get about 20 clicks per day that'll go directly to your site. So you're getting exposure, you're getting impressions, and you're getting actual clicks that can get to the website and actually see what you're all about. These are really cheap, very simple, very easy to manage.
So, our YouTube is the last social app for our last channel. Since YouTube is free and it's one of the most visited websites on the world, we believe it's a logical place to create, to build and engage an audience of supporters. As the official YouTube page of the Central Texas Mountaineers, we will have instructional videos, tips, techniques, as well as all our events and volunteers events. Besides those regular videos, we will also focus our strategy on story sharing. We will have videos of our supporters sharing their personal experience of rock climbing. What does it mean to them? How it benefit them as an individual, and most importantly, how getting more access will improve them as a climber. Here's an example of how we can empower our target audience to express themselves.
And this would drive back to the YouTube channel. This is just a mock-up.
Yeah, there's a volume on the screen. Upper right. Of the display screens.
Thanks, Dr.
Presented the ultimate physical challenge. Hey guys, this is Kim Jong-il, and the reason I like to climb is because it offers an ultimate physical challenge for me. Each day you climb is an opportunity for you to challenge yourself and go beyond what you could previously do. You should push yourself each day and every day you climb, explore new and more difficult routes, and teach new climbing techniques. Depending on your own physical ability and level of risk acceptance, you will see that no wall is too hard to climb. Go on, surprise yourself.
One additional paid advertising we recommend is a billboard. Because we're trying to gain access to certain areas, such as San Marcos' Purgatory Wall, that we're currently, CCM is currently advocating for, we'd recommend placing a billboard there for approximately 4 weeks near the actual site. This will draw attention to the site. It'll be where people are actually going to drive past it, they're actually going to see it, so when it comes time to vote for them all in Town Hall, they'll actually be aware that they'll be aware of the problem. It'll be a way to kind of drive traffic in our favor. So we recommend a really simple design, just makes the City of San Marcos allow rock climbing. It's a simple, easy message. It's not too cluttered. It's something you see it, you remember it, you pass it every day. According to Lamar Advertising, this will cost approximately $3,000 for the full 4 weeks. This will include about 35,000 impressions, and that's just an average. People drive past it every day on the way to work, to school, just driving around home. This, like I said, will connect our message to the Reach for New Heights hashtag that we have on Twitter, so just connect the whole campaign together. This is only something you utilize whenever you're advocating for a new site, so it won't be something that you're running all the time. It's probably the most expensive piece we have in our whole campaign, but it's one of the most effective because everyone sees it whether they're on social media or not on social media. You're also hitting other people that are not in our initial target, so people that just want to help, people that like to climb, people that don't like to climb. So back to our full budget, our strategy is approximately 6 months for this first roll. So Facebook, like I said, is very cost effective, so I'm budgeting for approximately $1 a day, so you get about 20 clicks a day for those little ads on the side. So it's about $180 for the entire 6-month strategy. The bill will be placed at the very end of the strategy, and will only be about $3,000. You design it how you want, it doesn't matter how exciting or unexciting the billboard is. So approximately it costs you about $3,180 for the entire strategy to connect everything together.
So kind of recapping what we presented with you, we just want to let you know we're confident this will work. We've done our primary research, our secondary research, and our whole social media strategy and tactics. We've looked at other organizations that have applied this tactic, and it's worked. We've looked at Mountaineers Organization as a whole, Nature Conservancy, and most recently CISTA. These organizations want to advocate their message, and they want to pass through certain goals and tactics. But you can only get so far as an organization working by yourself. You have to develop foot soldiers. And we're confident that this social media of foot soldiers will help us spread our message and get the point across what we're trying to advocate and help us further our cause. So thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, go for it.